The Go for StarCraft monthly finals. Now, this is actually the March monthly finals. We're a little bit behind because the month of May and April, or sorry, April was so busy with WCS qualifiers. There's no time to play it out. So we have two monthly finals this month. This is the March one. The April one will come a little bit later. I think it's like on the 19th or something like that. I don't know. But, guys, I'm Rifkin, casting with Scarlet, guest casting with Scarlet, however you want to look at that. We'll make sure to try and make sure the audio is all good. So look for feedback in chat just as we go. But starting our first cast today, in the bottom right corner of the map, from my insanity, it's going to be the yellow Zerg player, Petraeus.
And spawning in the top left corner of the map, it's going to be the pink Terran, Beastyqt.
Alright, so you kind of mentioned before, we were asking what was Beasty at in the matchup. It looks like he's feeling like 2 racks in the matchup, just a little bit. Now, I don't know, have you been playing, just a side note here real quick, have you been playing any Legacy of the Void, or have you been just kind of coming back, easing your way into HOTS?
Just HOTS. I played a bit of Legacy of the Void like the first week it came out, but now I'm just back to HOTS.
Well, the thing I found hilarious is, like, we see a lot of 2 racks in TVZ, let's be honest, it's probably the most common cheese. Legacy of the Void, they're just like, let's up it to 3. Let's just do 4 racks. Let's just do the same cheese but lay out thicker. So it's actually the first 2 racks I've seen in a while because we've been doing so much Legacy of the Void stuff. Just used to this being like 4.
I've heard of like Reaper 4 axes on one base in Legacy of the Void with the new grenades. Stuff like that.
I have not cast anything with the new patch, but that sounds exciting and horrible all at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, in terms of 2 racks, and I actually have never seen this on ladder in like a long time. All I've seen is proxy Reapers, but no 2 axes. But Beastyqt, I think he was kind of known for it, and we can see Petraeus opening pool first just to be safe, and it should work out this game.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 racks, though, is kind of unique in a lot of ways. We watch a lot of the Koreans do this, and it almost feels more like an opener than a dedicated cheese. And like the fake SCV, that looks so regular for the timing on this. He just comes to right top of the ramp, doesn't even try to mess around. Overlord, I think, just barely missed the Marine. He may have seen the tail end of it, but drones aren't being pulled. Nothing's coming to poke these bunkers. And can you triple bunker the wall off here?
You can. Any of the ramps like this, you can triple bunker them. And I think you need to pull the drones straight away if you want to break this. At this point, it's too late, so he is trying to go into roaches instead. Now, Cat's actually started kind of popular build to deal with 2 racks. It's you let your natural die and you go into burrow roaches. And
yeah, I've actually True's done it a lot in the Elima League. I've seen a ton of that come into play.
Yeah, and Cat's kind of popularized that. So and since Petraeus was living with him for a long time, it looks like he's gonna use the Cat's build.
Yeah, it feels like everybody has their different way to deal with this. I'm not sure what would be like the best, but I definitely enjoy seeing the roaches played out because I just feel there's a lot more potential for control with those. Whereas for legs, you're like, oh, I just hope I get a move on top of them before I die. There's a couple roaches that are coming out in a moment, but these drones kind of have to run around and wait. Overlord, ooh, gonna die too. That's gonna be a nasty supply block. 5 roaches though.
Usually when I let my natural die, I put a spine at the top of the ramp. Just because if you cancel it, they can send the Marines up so quickly before you have any other speedling or roaches or whatever. So it's better than running all your drones around. But now it looks like Beastyqt knows what's up. He's making an engineering bay. He's gonna make some turrets and I guess try and defend this location.
Well, Roach is going to poke, but not a lot they can get done at the moment until they can play whack-a-mole with that burrow. There's something as well where, of course, if he wasn't supply blocked so hard, he might have gotten a little bit heavier. But I'm now wondering, do you think do these want to do something like a Nidus off the back end of this instead?
Probably. He actually started burrow for a few seconds, then cancelled it and made his lair.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. So this would be kind of cool if we can make this work, because back at home, of course, there's nothing for Beasty. He's floating one of the racks back home, but 1 rack's production's not going to cut it.
So it looks like
Evo Chamber.
Evo Chamber. This is really strange.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I've seen a lot of ways this plays out, but none with an Evo Chamber. This is maybe the just in case he wants to macro a little bit build. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be +1 roach, maybe with Midas. Or he's just going to go into roaches later. Because I think he saw that there was no command center yet. So he realizes that he doesn't have to break out as soon as he normally would. He can play a little more defensive because Beastyqt isn't going to get much economy soon.
Well, Beasty also did start bringing a lot of the Marines back home, just in case. So he's definitely aware and worried about what could possibly follow this up. You've left Petraeus on one base for so long, there's only a very limited amount of options you could go for, but the +1 is a very, I'd say, I would definitely say unconventional. If this was paired up with Burrow, I mean, okay, I guess I can kind of make sense of that, but he's having so much trouble just breaking this bunker down. He's taking a lot of damage on the roaches. SCVs are going to not be enough to keep that alive, but, ew, he loses one of the roaches for it.
Yeah, in scenarios like this, you usually don't want to get the upgrades because the upgrade is better for more units. If you have more units, the upgrade works better. So if you're on one base, you don't have very many roaches, it's usually better to just make a few more roaches instead. Yeah,
like 4 more roaches with that gas just, to me, seems like it'd be a lot more effective, but Speed's gonna finish up in a moment. He's done with the bunkers. Not sure if I'll actually try and expand or just go for the big all-in off this. Because he does have the money for a hatchery if he wants, but at the same time, if he just puts that straight into roaches, that's one really big attack that might not be held. BC gonna go with the missile turret as well. As you point out, he doesn't know whether tunneling claws or burrows gonna be a thing or not, but just in case.
And we are gonna see Petraeus expand behind this for sure. He only has 1 drone in each cast, so he's not just going all in with the roaches. It's gonna be a big pressure. He's gonna play defensive behind it, and because he has the upgrade, he does have a little more of a mid-game option than if he only made roaches at this point.
There's a lot more SCVs repairing this one. A couple Marauders in the mix too, but sadly this might just be a little too much, and it's strange of a way to break out of this as it was. It looks like it's working so far. A lot of these roaches are kind of low though, no target fire. You just 1, 2, 3, 4 executes.
And it looks like Beastyqt is actually just going to die here. He could have defended the top of the ramp, but he decided to try to defend the bottom, and he just didn't have enough units since bunkers weren't done in time.
Yeah, so maybe with the SCVs he had, that would have held a little bit longer. I mean, that was like 7 SCVs trying to repair.
Yeah, but the +1 did end up helping. Just does a little more damage with the roaches.
And the burrows coming later, but they'll be able to heal the roaches. I mean, even just denying the natural base would be good for a time. Look at the economy behind this. I mean, Petraeus is unfairly even worker count, but he's got a base above his opponent.
Yeah, now that he's on 2 base, all he has to do is contain. He doesn't have to try and break up the ramp. He may want to, just because he thinks he can end it, but he doesn't have to. So either way, he's in a great position.
GG. All right, Petraeus takes game number 1. Well, you know, when you go for some cheese, you really, I don't know, you kind of asking for trouble if the T-Rex doesn't end the game right there. Oh, by the way, sorry, I just need to nerd out about this for a second, because maybe it's not that big of a deal to you, but I didn't realize this till someone pointed out to me about 2 days ago. You and me casting together is the first time I've ever done, a truly Canadian cast. Every time I've been with, an Australian, an American, wherever Namshar is from in Europe, you're the first Canadian I've ever got to cast with.
Is it? Oh, Zombie Grub's American?
Yeah, she lives in Washington or whatever.
I thought she was Canadian for some reason. Okay, that is interesting.
So just a little high five moment.
High five.
All right, Infernal Pools. Whoa! What? Nobody picks this map. This is the auto veto for every game ever. We have Infernal Pools coming up for map 2.
Yeah, it's interesting because if you're playing against someone, everyone wants to veto this map, so you kind of play chicken with it. You think, I'm not going to veto it. I hope he'll veto it. And then that can happen for both players, and they just don't end up doing it.
I like the description of playing chicken because that sounds about right.
Everyone hates this. I think almost every player in the game has this vetoed on ladder.
Yeah, Legacy of the Void even, there's 8 maps instead of 7, so every tournament ever just automatically axes Infernal Pools to make it 7 instead. But okay, we never get to play this intro. This intro is a lot of up, guys, so get ready to turn your sound all the way up or all the way down. Either way, we'll see you in a sec.